Hey friends, welcome back. I'm Kay from At Home with Kay. Welcome back to the channel. I am so glad you stopped by. These are some little fake macarons that I made. I made those out of air dry clay. These I made out of Model Magic, so they have a different texture and they're kind of puffier. Made those out of Model Magic. This is a combination of Model Magic and air dry clay. I made these pie slices, one key lime and one lemon meringue. And this is a cake that I made out of a sponge and some spackling. I'm gonna make some more of those things, those cakes on my channel. I was thinking about doing it on a live. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking about how to, orchestrate everything. But what I decided to do, I wanted to just make some more fake food. This is just so awesome that how this relaxes me when I do this. So that's what I'm doing here. And today I have oven baked clay. So that's what I'm going to use. That's one of my favorite to use is the oven bake, because you put it in the oven at like 250, 225 for 30 minutes based on the thickness, 1/4 inch thickness. And then it's completely dry, it's solid, it doesn't bend or anything like that. So I'm just making a little triangle because I want this to be a pie. I'm going to make another meringue pie slice, and I'm just roughly doing everything here. So how is everyone doing today? Like I said before, I'm Kay from At Home with Kay, and this is your happy place for all things cozy, crafty, and creative. No stress, no pressure, just pure crafting joy. That's what we do on this channel. And remember to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a brand new video. Now let's get back to the crafting. So what I was doing here is I just made a little flat piece after I formed that other piece of clay into like a small triangle. I made a flatter piece, and that piece is the crust on the bottom. And then you just form it with your hands in whatever shape you want it to be, So I just formed it a little bit around the back. Sorry, I'm out of the frame here. As I told you guys, I'm working on getting a new tripod so that things can be a little bit more centered. Anyways, I'm just putting the crust on the side of the pie filling, and then after that we're going to sit it aside and let it dry. I just like to have these little pieces of food and things to just sit in like a little cloche on my counter, somewhere in the coffee bar. I even have little cakes in my living room on the fireplace mantle, just for decor purposes. And people come over and they're like, oh, these are so cute, and they just love it. They love the colors and how whimsical it is. And I just like to keep things light and happy around here because life is stressful enough, if you know what I mean. So after I trimmed off the excess, I am going to make the pie lines in the crust in the back, and the lines in the crust on the back. I got tongue tied there, sorry. So this piece of pie is going to be lemon meringue. And the one that I made before, I made the meringue the exact size of the pie slice, but this one is just going to be like, I just dolloped it on there and it's spread out, and then I just place it on there. And the thing about this oven baked clay is I don't have to use glue because the things just stick together. Then when I put it in the oven and bake it, it's solid and it stays together. So it's just easier for me, and I like working with it. This is the one that I like working with. I used to think it was Model Magic. I still like Model Magic, but I think the oven baked clay is my favorite. So then we're done with that, and we're just going to set that aside. Next, we're just going to make, I made a couple. I'm just going to make 2 of the macarons like I did before. I'm going to make 2 of those, and I'm just trying to get my pieces measured out here. Roll it into a ball, roll it out a little flat, but leave it a little bit thick. And then I'm going to roll another side out, and I'm just going to repeat that process until I have my filling for the middle and my 2 cookie pieces for the outside. And like I was saying, next I'm going to try my hand at making some more cakes. I'm going to make cake slices. I think I'm going to make like 4 nice cake slices that I can just use, around in my decor, And then I think I'm going to try making some muffins. I think that would be nice to have on my coffee bar area. And then, my daughter, she's moving out and getting her own place, and she likes to decorate with croissants. And she said, Mom, can you make me a fake croissant? So I'm going to make her a couple of those as well. And I think that'll be nice. I also really enjoy making clay earrings. I was into back in the past making beaded earrings, but now I kind of like making clay earrings, and I think I'm going to show that on my channel as well coming up sometime in the near future. And just so you guys can see, that as well. I have some that I made that are little fake food earrings, but I'm also going to make some that are, a little bit more sophisticated, So I'm going to be trying that out, and we will see what you guys think about that. So here is this first macaron, and see, you just make the 3 pieces and stick it together. It's just simple, no stress or pressure, just simple crafting we do with this clay. And I've seen people make these fake macarons, and so many people do them so many different ways. But if it's your design, your project, your clay, you can do it any way that you want. There's no right or wrong way, So whatever pleases your eye, that's what you do. And also, guys, I've been kind of behind in posting videos, but it's just, like I said before, my daughter moved in, and it's just not a lot of space around here to do things because I had to fit her into, our living area as well. And this house is very, very small. So she's going to be moving, getting her own place. And then I'll have my normal crafting area again. And then I'll be able to post videos more regularly. But I will try to post, I'm going to try to post another video coming up next week. And I know you guys already seen me make a wreath, but I'm going to make another one with a little, it's just a little bit different. I'm going to make another one, and I hope you guys will be around for that. So here's what I'm doing. I made my 2 little macarons. Now I'm going to make 2 chocolate chip cookies. First, I start by making my chocolate chips, and all that means is just breaking off little pieces of clay and rolling them into little chip shapes, however you want, big or small, flat, pointed, however you want them to look. Like I said, this is your project. And then after that, we're going to roll out our cookie pieces. It's that simple. So now that I've rolled out my cookie pieces, I want them to be textured on top because you know how chocolate chip cookies look. So I'm using this paintbrush to add some texture to the top of the clay. But this paint, I don't have a really stiff paintbrush, and that's what I really needed. So for future reference, if you're going to do this, use a stiffer paintbrush because it will get, or a toothbrush. That would have been a good idea. I forgot. Now I'm going to make some little spaces to place my chocolate chips. My daughter told me I should have made them deeper after, she saw the final project. She said so the chips wouldn't be just sitting up on top. They would be inside of the cookie. She's correct, and I will perhaps do that next time. Now this is what they look like after they're all baked. They're completely solid. They've cooled off. I believe this might even be the next day. They're completely solid, and that's what I like about the oven baked clay. I just love that about it. So now the fun part, we're gonna start adding our paint. And a lot of my paint was so old and it had dried out, so I had to go to the store and buy all new paint. I think that one was honey brown, and this one was called chocolate. Oh, I couldn't see it. These are apple barrel. That one's white. And that one is called, I think it was something like lemon yellow, and then princess pink. And then that's a peach one that I had as well. I had to buy 2 new boxes of paint. I'm going to have to throw out all that old paint because it's just, not good. I've had it for years. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use this foil as my painting surface. And then I'm just going to add the colors. And, actually, when I painted this piece of pie, I noticed that it came out looking a little bit more animated and whimsical than my other piece that I painted. My other piece looked a little more realistic. But either way, that's fine too. So I'm just going to place my paint here on the foil, and then I'm going to begin painting. And I thought that it would be best, I believe, I'm going to paint it all white first and then add the color. If I don't do that, please forgive me, but at least that was a thought that I had in my head. Nope, I didn't do that. So I just went on and painted it. So now I'm going to take this darker brown so that it can get those little crusted flame marks on top of the meringue. And I'm just using that little thin brush to do that. I probably should have used a softer color in the brown family, but you know, I just used what I had there, that chocolate brown. So there you have it. And now we're going to start painting our macarons. I'm going to do one, that peachy peach color, and one's going to be the Princess Pink color. And the first coat, you usually have to do 2 coats because the first coat is usually sucked up by the clay, and then the second coat will usually, you know, give you that nice deep color. Okay, so guys, so off camera, I didn't put you guys through all the painting. I painted everything else off camera, and that was my dishwasher safe waterproof Mod Podge. So I'm gonna put that on, especially the cookies, because I felt like they were a bit dull. I didn't want them to be too dull, but I probably, you know, I like it to be matte, but I don't have any matte Mod Podge, so I'm going to use this because those cookies were just completely flat on top. The color, the paint was. The other items turned out a little bit more shiny, which I like because I like that look with it being a little bit shiny. So I may put a little bit of the Mod Podge on them, and then I'm going to show you at the end of the video what they all look like sitting on my plate. And here they are. I just placed them on this little plate, this little candle holder, just so you can see what they look like. And the Mod Podge isn't quite dried on the cookies. That's why it looks a little white around the chocolate chips. But these are just cute little items you can place in any vignette, on your coffee bar, on your counter, anywhere you want in your home. And it'll just make things happy and enjoyable. And there you have it, more fantastic DIYs on a budget. And if that's something you're interested in, consider hitting that subscribe button. And thank you for crafting with me today. And remember to stay happy, stay creative, and always be the sunshine. Bye.